If you ever experience recurring feelings of sadness, fatigue, irritability, or even emotional breakdowns, but unable to find a clear reason, there are many possibilities. But one explanation could be you are infected by negative energy around you. It sounds a bit mystical, but the energy of the surrounding environment and people you encounter could affect your emotional and physical states. This is especially true for those who are sensitive to energy. I happen to be one of those individuals, though I didn't know what energy entails until recent years. I've been growing more attuned and become more sensitive. But how do I know I was being affected by the negative energy rather than other factors? There are indeed many factors that could significantly influence our emotional and physical well-beings: food, lack of sleep, thoughts, or hormonal fluctuations. Thus, determining the exact cause and effect is a challenging task. It has been a lot of pattern recognition activities for me over the years, monitoring my emotional and mental states, connecting the dots, and looking for anomalies. When I trace back to when I was a little kid, there was a long period when I would cry and bother my mom, seeking her attention without an explicit reason, almost on the weekly basis. I couldn't understand why I behaved that way back then. It wasn't many years ago I noticed that I was occasionally experiencing a feeling of desolation, an inexplicable mix of sorrow, isolation, loneliness, or uneasy feelings, especially when I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. This particular feeling is similar to what I experienced when I was a little kid. It was then I began to draw connections. Something seemed to be impacting my mood beyond my conscious thoughts. Since I just woke up in the middle of the night, I couldn't have any chance to consciously think about anything that could trigger that desolating feeling. This particular emotion gradually went away as I continued to progress on the journey, and my mom taught me some method to clear away the unpleasant energy, which helped significantly. Negative energies tend to hit our weakest spot the hardest, much like Achilles' heel, recurring or injury. You may notice some individuals are prone to fall into cynical or depressed emotional states. For instance, when encountering similar stressful events, whether conflicts in relationships or work pressure, some individuals take it really well and stay calm under pressure, but some slip into low mood more easily, feeling down, discouraged, or anxious, seemingly more vulnerable to the stressful events. You may also notice some people exude positive vibe and tend to be more optimistic and carefree. Given similar dire situation, they tend to be recover quicker than others, often bouncing back within a few hours instead of multiple days. More positive, less resentful, and less bitter. Negative energy has similar effect as stressful events. Certain type of emotional patterns or physical conditions are more susceptible to stress and negative energy. In my case, I don't really feel down often, but I do feel slightly irritated. I experience more physical symptoms than emotional turbulence from negative energy. If I go to particular places, especially old buildings or deep into the woods, it greatly increases the likelihood of getting migraine, unexplainable fatigue, or a skin rash. I used to get severe migraine back in the middle in high school. It was so intense that even banging my head against the wall felt like a relief compared to the actual pain. The condition gradually improved when I started meditating. Energy can also affect you as you are channeling so-called divine or spirit energy, since there's no guarantee that you always connect to the divine or benevolent spirits. Therefore, individuals who are sensitive might be also affected when visiting a temple or church. A less obvious example is prayer. Prayer is actually a subtle form of channeling, as no one's praying to themselves but to something external, to God, to deity, or some sort of beings from the outside. During the prayer, you are entering a consciousness state similar to meditation, which could potentially connect you to the spiritual dimension. Establish communication with the spiritual realm. From my mom's experience, the situation got especially worse during her late teenager years. She was experiencing chronic migraine and prolonged despairing feelings without specific reasons. She recalled she wasn't exactly depressed, but had trouble lifting her spirits. She often experienced sleep paralysis, which disrupted her sleep quality, and she was even afraid to go to sleep. Morning after morning, she woke up drained. She has to roll herself out of the bed. Looking back, she used to pray every single night, but during prayer, she fell deeper into overwhelming guilt and self criticism, always searching and repenting for things she thought she had done wrong, unable to break away from the cycle. I don't really pray since I have nothing to pray to, but if you do, avoid prayer when you are feeling down. When you're gloomy or low spirit, you're emitting low energy frequencies and draw low energy frequency beings toward you. Like attracts like, vibrates and resonate with the same frequency that could drag you further down the rabbit hole. Here's insight we have experienced. Stay tuned as we continue exploring how to boost your energy and protect yourself from those effects in the next episode. Thank you and see you next time.